You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my heart. You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of
love. The face of love.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my
heart. You in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are a part of me.
A part of me.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of God.
sei la luce di Dio.
You are the face
You
of
are
God.
the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of
are
God.
the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luz de Dios.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of God.
es judoí.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face of
Eres la luz de Dios.
You are the face of You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face
You
of
are
love.
the face of love.
You are the face of
You
love.
are the face of love.
I hold you in my
Hold you in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
I hold you in my
Hold you
heart.
in my heart.
You are a part of me.
A part of me.
You are the face of
You
God.
are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of God.
sei la luce di Dio.
You are the face
You
of
are the
God.
face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luz de Dios.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of God.
روح خدایی.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face of
Eres la luz de Dios.
You are the
Good morning and welcome to Spiritual Life Center, a church that love is building.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Let us pray. Dear God, I give thanks for fathers. I recognize the dedication and patience it takes to be a source of compassion and understanding when helping to shape a young life. Bless all fathers, especially those who are new in this sacred role. I pray they may feel your presence with them. May they know that your strength and wisdom are within them, providing all they need to guide and support their children with kindness and love. As affirmed in the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you. Thank you, God. Thank you, living, loving Spirit. Amen.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear, I will be here. If in the dark you lose sight of love, be at peace and have no fear, 'cause I will be here. I will be here when you feel like being quiet, when you need to speak your mind. I will listen and I will be here when the laughter turns to crying. Through the winning, losing, and trying, we'll be together, 'cause I will be here. Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the future is unclear, I will be here. Just as sure as seasons were made for change, your lifetimes were made for these years. For I will be here. I will be here, and you can cry on my shoulder. When the mirror tells you you're older, someone will hold you, and I will be here, watching you grow in beauty, making clear all that you are to me. I will be here. I will be here. And just as sure as seasons were made for change, your lifetimes were made for these years. So I will be here, we'll be together, 'cause I will be here.
In Isaiah 55, verse 12, for you shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills before you break forth in singing, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. I thank you, God, for this new day, for the freedom to start again. I consciously let go of any feelings that are not of God, any hurts, resentments, fears. I ask that you open my heart, God. Make me an instrument of your peace and joy and dignity. Let me live my life for good and add to the music of the spheres. And now I invite you to join me as we prepare for a meditation. And let us start by allowing our breathing to just let us relax. And ask your mind to be still. You may want to close your eyes to the distractions and focus only within. Let us turn to that quiet place where all of life's answers are. God is with me now, in this very place. I now know that this is a place, wherever that might be, and it's the right place for me because God is here. Oh God, how many times have I searched here and there, looking for answers, for guidance, for direction. And all the time, you, the source of all wisdom, was never farther away than breathing. My life is about remembering and forgetting. I consciously remember now the purpose of my human birth, and that is to still my mind, to just listen, and to remember the truth about me. There is a place within that the ancients have called the Holy of Holies. I dwell in that place with you now, and I feel your presence. Let us join together as we take a moment of silence and focus within. Your hands have made and fashioned me, Lord. Give me understanding that I may learn your commandments, to know your desires for me, for my life. You have created me, fashioned me in your image and likeness. My soul just longs to know you better, to love you more, so that I may serve you using the gifts that are uniquely mine. Within each of us is contained a great life, with real gifts to give and to share that will make a difference in the world. And so we continue to open to this great love that each of us carries within. As we take time each day to listen, we come to see that our part is important, a part of a greater whole designed to bring peace and harmony, joy and love to a world in need. As I continue to open myself to your directions, Lord, my capacity to love and to give, to share myself with my world increases. As I come alive with your spirit, my fears dissolve. My life becomes the exciting adventure it was meant to be. As we go back into our day, into our world, let us remember that God is in every moment, in every circumstance. God speaks through us, works through us, loves through us, and God blesses others through us. We are creating new lives because of the choices we are making. And so with grateful hearts for our lives and the miracles that are yet to come, let us sing and pray together the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father, which art
as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Back when I was a child, before life removed all the innocence, my father would lift me high and dance with my mother and me, and then spin me around till I fell asleep. Then up the stairs he would carry me, and I knew for sure I was loved. If I could get another chance, another walk, another dance with him, I'd play a song that would never ever end. How I'd love, love, love to dance with my father again. When I and my mother would disagree, to get my way I would run from her to him. He'd make me laugh just to comfort me, then finally make me do just what my mama had said. Later that night when I fell asleep, he left $1 under my sheet. Never dreamed that he would be gone from me. If I could steal one final glance, one final step, one final dance with him, I'd play a song that would never ever end. 'Cause I'd love, love, love to dance with my father again. I know I'm praying for much too much, but could you send back the only man she loved? I know you don't do it usually, but dear Lord, she's dying to dance with my father again. Every night I fall asleep, and this is all I ever dream.
Everybody, it's Martha Creek, marthacreek.com to contact me. And I invite you to a big, deep breath. Oh, and my favorite thing in the world, most of the time, exhale. A conscious exhale. Looking today at a topic, Happy Father's Day, by the way. For those of you have fathered in any way, that fathered regardless of how you were fathered, that fathered in your own integrity, and that will continue to do so, that you will father those you're father of, and you'll father those that you're not father of, and that those of you that father me, I thank you. And for those of you, as Mama would say, with the good sense to father yourself and to be the father you always dreamed of, we can start today for that. So happy Father's Day. As we get into this summer, many chances for some of us to be with family in some cases, and maybe not as much as during the holiday season, but it's a time where we can get some challenges around what it's like to be with family, or to go back into a family system, or to the family emotional unit where most of our patterning took root or our traumas were created. So Ram Dass used to say and wrote in his writings and often spoke, when you think you're getting some enlightenment, if you ever start to think you're enlightened, go spend a weekend with your family. And that'll be an indicator of how much enlightenment you have. And I say, Martha Grace says, oh, you don't have to spend a weekend with them, just think about them. And then if that doesn't torture you, then you can call them. And then for those of us that are courageous enough or daring enough, some of us still go back into the family to spend time with them. So I will be, for sure, that made that commitment many years ago to do some of my deepest emotional work and spiritual work, and to grow my own emotional intelligence and spiritual intelligence around working out whatever went in place in my familial unit, in my family of origin, to go back in to do that deep inner work around whatever happened there. So it may not be for you. That's absolutely up to you. I'm not promoting anything here. And I can tell you it's been of great benefit to me and maybe you. And I was called to go back to this. And then the man that published this asked me to dust this off. And I noticed with this blur, it's hard to see. So there we go. Martha's Pearls, Martha's Pearls. And this is a compilation that was put in place this past year. Several pages, 175 pages or so of various topics and newsletters and things that meant a lot to me and things I've learned a lot from. So I opened it up as I was ready to share this talk and to see what I wanted to do about this, what's important for me and what I'm going to work at during this month. And it's timely, of course, as usual. Some of you'll go, oh yeah, the lesson comes when the student's ready. And this is from chapter 15 from Martha's Pearls. You can get the book, by the way, on Amazon, or if you come to the Christmas party in December, you might get one there. And you can go ahead and buy one and then give the one you get at the Christmas party as a gift to someone. And that's how you can co-inspire with me to get these empowered teachings out to the whole of the world. The topic in chapter 15 is emotional intelligence. And I hear a lot about, and I've said many times throughout my decades of soul evolutionary self-realization work, spiritual intelligence. And then one day I realized I can't have spiritual intelligence without emotional intelligence. Now you can. I tried it. It was a lot of bypassing. So then it's like, dang, everywhere I went, there it was. The pain I was trying to avoid was waiting for me in the next situation or the next relationship or whatever it was. So there's components of emotional intelligence, and this is written about highly. You can find all about it in the YouTube or in Google to look it up. But as defined by Daniel Goleman, who wrote the book, Emotional Intelligence, as self-awareness. Self-awareness. And then from a family systems theory, how I can be aware of myself and how I'm functioning within the emotional unit. So to be self-aware in relationship to my brother, to be self-aware in relationship to my nephew, to be self-aware in relationship to a 6-year-old, to be self-aware when I get news of a tragedy, to be self-aware when a plan didn't go as I hoped or counted on or planned for, worked for. Self-awareness, self-regulation. So how to regulate myself in any situation, regardless of the situation. So regardless of what they say, regardless of what they do, regardless of what they didn't do, regardless of their tone, regardless of how far their eyes are rolling around in their head, regardless of how critical they are for me, in me. And if you believe unity teachings, then in you, that we have the innate inherent power to regulate ourselves, to come to center, whatever you want to call it. And how important that is to do that first, before I say anything, before I fire off an email or a text. It's described and defined as our motivations. What are our motivations? I remember a friend years ago, first time I ever heard it, another defining moment for me. When I was talking about something I might do or wanting to do, he said, "What's your motivation? What's motivating you about this?" And it stopped me dead in my tracks. Like, great question. What are my motivations? What am I seeking? What is my doing about? And what is my being about? And then the other element of this is empathy, capacity for empathy. So we're strong in some of these areas. We're weaker in other areas. It comes and goes. We're on a full spectrum of humanness. And the great news of it is I have the power to improve any of them. And the great news of the day is you have the power to improve in any of these areas also. Now, with improvement possible, how to go in that direction. So here are some encouragements, some guidelines, some road signs as you, if you choose to proceed in this direction. What is it? And one of them is to stay curious. To stay curious. I wonder what that could have been about. I wonder what her attitude could have been about that was out of characteristic for him. I wonder what could be happening in his life I don't know about. I wonder how this is going to turn out. I wonder what Martha's Pearls is really about, when it wasn't about being an author or anything like that for me. It was about getting empowered teachings out into the world. So then I wonder, how far out in the world will it go? What life will Martha's Pearls have? So curiosity. Another sign is great leadership. So that means sometimes maybe for me that I've got to have the brakes on. I've got to slow it down. I've got to take less risk. I've got to be willing for people to be afraid, to be stuck, to be in analysis paralysis, and to know that that's a part of the journey. I've also to know that sometimes we got to put the gas pedal down, that we can't be riding the brakes all the time, or I won't get anywhere. We won't ever make any progress or really evolve in that way if I've got my foot pressed down on the brakes. And in my family, I get to pick on my brother. Happy Father's Day to my brother too. And we tease, he and his son, my nephew, tease that when he's ready to make a decision, that we look at each other and go, well, it'll be about 7 years. So if he says he's going to get a new truck, for example, we know it'll probably be about 7 years before he actually gets one. So he's got a brake system on. It works for him. It doesn't work for us. We're like, if you're going to get one, let's get one. Let's go. Let's research. Let's pull some data. Let's look at the costs. It's not for him. He's at a different pace. A sign of spiritual intelligence and emotional intelligence is you're aware of your strengths. You're aware of your gifts, your God-given gifts. God-given gifts, and aware of them, and I'll say, and using them. That's probably more of an integrity topic, but to know them, to know that I have gifts, that I have gifts bestowed on me, and that you don't have Martha Creek's gifts. I also don't have your gifts. And I can be mad as a wet hen about not getting your gifts, disappointed, frustrated, irritated, but I can't be emotionally intelligent and be pining away for gifts that I don't have. But using the gifts I have and then cultivating the gifts that I have, improving the gifts that I have. And then to also know our weaknesses. And most of us are not fond of that word. We're scared of being seen as weak, many, including me. I don't like being seen as weak and whiny and needy and all that. And I need to know where my weaknesses are, which includes the fear of being seen as that, because it will affect me and my decisions and my choices. My discernment will be impacted by that. Emotionally and spiritually mature people can pay attention. Some of you that may have been half listening may have turned to say, what'd she say? To pay attention. We know how to pay attention. And I'd say, we know. And there's some sense to know that we've got to know to pay attention to our inner world and how we're being guided from the inner world and not excessively and overly influenced by the outer world. When we're upset, these are still more attributes of emotional and intelligence and what I believe is spiritual intelligence. When I'm upset, I look at it. When I'm upset, I know what caused it. And I can look at what caused it. I can also allow the feelings of the upset and also to give space to them so that they pass. So I'm less likely now to depress, disown, deny, suppress these feelings, these upsets. No more stuffing them away, giving them space. A sign of an emotionally intelligent, spiritually intelligent person is we can get along with most people. Now, we don't have to move in with them. Don't have to love them, don't have to marry them. But we've done enough work and have enough solid ground of spiritual practice to know that we can get along with most people. And one of my friends says it like this, girl, I can do anything for 24 hours. So maybe you can. We also care, spiritually, emotionally mature people care about our being a moral person, making decisions based on our own integrity of being a moral person and moral behaviors, moral action. We also take time to slow down and actually help other people. And in my preparation for one of these commencement addresses I got to do this month, the quote that I pulled said, if you ever start to think you're too important to help people, you're not that important. We're never too important to stop and to help somebody. I'm not. After we fall, emotionally intelligent, spiritually intelligent people get back up. We have a developed resilience, a developed grit, a tenacity that's uncommon, an uncommon motivation to get back up. That we hurt, we cry, we regret, we sob, we learn, and we get back up. We also have some sense about people's inner world, that we can be informed by people's expressions, not just what they're saying, but what their face is saying, what their tone is saying, what their eyes are saying, regardless of what the words are saying. So it's a capacity to listen, to hear more deeply and beyond the words. We also, spiritually, emotionally mature folks, know to trust our gut, so to speak. That when we feel something in our gut, that our intuitions about that are guiding us. We wouldn't disregard that. Well, not as much. I've had plenty of guidance that I disregarded because I knew too much. We're also self-motivated. That something calls us, we're pulled by vision. And sometimes in our lives, we're pushed by the pain of it. We're pushed by challenges. But more generally, we're pulled by vision. We're pulled by motivation to create a better space in the world, to leave a legacy of new possibility for being the change we want to see in the world, and to live that out, to be an embodiment of that. It also knows, the last one I made notes of here, this is right from the chapter 15 of Martha's Pearls, available on Amazon, is we have the good sense to know we have to say no sometimes. And it's very, very scary to say no, particularly to people we care about and love. And I've been able to do it some. I still have to work at this quite a bit, to know that an honest no is a yes to me. Therefore, an honest no is actually a yes to them, to our relationship. It keeps my relationships from eroding. It keeps me from growing resentments and grudges and regrets. And it's still very, very scary because I'm not as practiced at it. It took me 20 some years, I'm pretty sure, to even say the word. So my focus is, I believe, similar to many of you listening, which is to accept my own humanity. And to the degree that I can do that, then I can accept the humanity of others and the human learning processes and the full spectrum of human phenomena. And this includes all the emotions. This includes all feelings. This includes all capacities of people, large and small. So blessings to you as you grow your emotional intelligence. Blessings to you as you delight in your spiritual intelligence and that of becoming. I love you. Mwah. I bless you. I'm delighted to share my journey with you and to be witness in any part of yours. MarthaCreek.com to contact me. Until we meet again.
Good evening. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for coming out to Brushes with Broadway. Once again, my name is Tom Butwin. It's been a long time coming. We've been playing this for quite a few months. And it means the world that you all came out this warm and sunny Sunday evening in December to hang out with us. So we're going to do some tunes that you know. Maybe even a song you don't know. We'll see. Please enjoy yourselves. Have fun, laugh, relax. We'll see you on the other side.
Thank you, Tom Butwin and Nancy Ingalls, for your beautiful music this morning. We are pleased that each of you could join us for this morning's service. We invite you now to join in our prayer of sharing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we do ask that you support Spiritual Life Center with a donation to this ministry. There are 4 ways that you might do so. First is online through our secure website, www.slctroy.com/give. A second way is to mail a check to Spiritual Life Center, 41340 Fox Run Road, number 106, Novi, Michigan, 48377. A third way is to call my cell, 248-925-6214, with credit card information for a one-time charge. A fourth way that we bring to your attention is in the weekly Friday email that you received just 2 days ago. There are 3 different places within where it says donate online or donate now. And if you just click on that, easy breezy way to donate to the church. We welcome anyone who is joining us for one of your first times, and we do invite you to join our email list. You can do so by visiting our website, www.slctroy.com. And in the upper right corner, you'll see Join Email List. If you just click on that, insert your name and email address, we will see that you receive the weekly Friday emails with the link to the upcoming Sunday service, any classes, or other activities. Prayer requests that you might have can be sent to ronaldfscott@gmail.com, or you can call them into my cell, 248-925-6214. We will forward these on to the powerful prayer team of more than 30 persons. You would not believe some of the incredible outcomes that we are experiencing. They are also forwarded on to Silent Unity, where they are prayed over for 30 days. And you can call Silent Unity on your own 24/7 and speak directly with a prayer chaplain. That number is 1-800-NOW-PRAY. Next Sunday, I will speak to the importance of our remaining in the flow of life and how we can go about facilitating that this happens. Earlier this week, Reverend Martha did the commencement speech for the new graduates at Unity Village. She provided a keynote address at the Unity Worldwide Ministries annual conference. Then she spoke at an appreciation luncheon for 50 thriving ministers, provided a workshop to those attending the conference led a panel discussion and managed to fit in today's service for us. I ask you, are we not fortunate to have Reverend Martha Creek as a co-minister of Spiritual Life Center? An email was sent this week providing details of the upcoming picnic on Saturday, July 16th at the lakeside home of Denise and Lyle Tyler. It will be an outdoor picnic at their lake home near Milford on Saturday, July 16th. This will be an exciting, wonderful time for us to come together and have fun. Everyone is asked to RSVP as soon as possible, as soon as you are able, to facilitate the planning of this event. I am well into Reverend Eileen Patra's new book, A Mystical Approach to Spiritual Living, and I assure you, you'll want to absorb this treasure. You can obtain it on Amazon. Immediately following the end of today's service, everyone is invited to join us on Zoom for a time of social connection. The link was in your Friday email. But first, let's join together in our peace song and benediction. God bless.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now as you go forth, know that the light of God surrounds you, the love of God enfolds you.
The Lord bless thee and keep thee.
The power of God protects you.
The Lord make his face to shine upon thee, and be gracious unto thee.
The presence of God watches over you.
The Lord lift up his countenance upon thee, and grant thee peace.
Wherever you are, God is.
Amen. Amen.
Go your way rejoicing. All is truly well.